We gather to acknowledge the abundance of emotion and movement in the climate of life at this time, beloved Creator. It is the kind of activity that moves people in waves of action. The influencers of such heightened activity are a question, although we know the energies spring from a greater, more cosmic evolution. For it is time. It is time for great correction. And it is time to fulfill the contract we signed up for when we were given this lifetime. What is happening now and what we are doing is part of our contract with our Creator who graced us with this life. It is our free will contract. The powers attempting to control and manipulate us may be feeling success as angry criticisms and protests increase and fill the streets and airwaves. We are here to fulfill what we came here to do, to choose and demand to be heard over the clamor. We are here to utilize the tools and talents we were gifted in order to cut through the deceptions and lies, the racket and lack of curiosity or knowing of the boisterous bandwagoning masses. The predominating issues are seemingly countless, and each one is weighty. Until people can acknowledge what forces are compelling them in their minds to believe what they believe, our task is to stay true to what we have learned and know to be true. Our message from our Maker is the message we are contracted to uphold. We choose to not contract with the devil or the darkness that riles our emotions, messes with our hormones, plays with our minds, claims to provide what we need, yet provides nothing that is life-sustaining nor enriching to our spirits. Now seeing, we are in fact reviled by these deceptions to the extent we are compelled and tirelessly determined to shuck the decades of layers of lies. Our inherent God-given free will is the contract we signed on to fulfill here now, for the good of all. In the spirit of selfless service and with the fortitude, determination, and grace of our beloved Creator, we choose to prevail. Let it be so.
Hello. It is the province and provenance that I'm speaking of to our sheriffs about today. Province and provenance. It is the province of the court to judge the law, so it is their authority. That is a claim defined in Bouvier's 6th edition, 1856. We know what law is, as that is also defined. Therefore, we also know what law is not. Law is not what the judge determines. It is what the court determines. We know what a court is. In suits in common law, juries decide the facts and bring forth a verdict. The matter exceeds $20, it's got to be a jury. The only court where one of the people can find remedy is in Article 3, when going up against the state. The all-cap state, upper and lower state, or all lowercase state, or subdivision, or agents and assigns. It is the province of an adult on Oregon in a position of trust, such as our sheriffs and their deputies. Here is the problem. Trust and honor are lacking in a law form that determines he who can be deceived, let him. It is to your detriment to act in honor in that law form. When you have an oath to an Article 7, all caps, Oregon Constitution amended, you are in dishonor when you take their oath. It was ignorance to many of you before our assembly undertook the effort to teach our sheriffs. None of our sheriffs and their deputies, bailiffs, and jailers chose to remain ignorant. Did I say some? Yeah, some of them did. Ryan Moody is an example. That is of little consequence. A preponderance of evidence is available. It is the province of trust and honor in original jurisdiction. That is also defined. Provenance is the authority of the source. The true authority comes from our people on Oregon when we form a social compact, such as we did with Article 1, Section 1, and have for 7 years without rebuttal. Facts are made by testimony of men and women with our progeny on the land and soil of Oregon in the form of an affidavit of truth, and when cured without rebuttal. So, the original or origination of the source of authority on Oregon is Oregon's Constitution circa 1859, with and in compliance with the United States of America's Constitution circa 1859. Those two publications are defined in Bouvier's Law Dictionary, 6th edition, 2 volumes, 1856, available on Amazon, printed right here at Troutdale. Lost my place. However, our provenance comes from an earlier source, our unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America, dated 1776, followed by the United States of America's Confederation and Perpetual Unions articles, dated 1777. Both were after we had a Navy and a Marine Corps, 1775. We arrive as an entity and thus the source of the concept of original jurisdiction with the laws of nature and nature's God in written form for the first time, Jure, Jura summa imperii. We are the only people with this honor and trust codified in our documents. Not one other entity, nation, monarchy, or other among the 200 plus in the United Nations of New York, New York, can make the claim that the people are sovereign. The province of an entity such as we have defined in our authentic documents in common law does not change when in the possession of a pirate, a criminal thief, or the Oregon State Bar Attorneys Association, including their bogus judges. To have trust and honor, you must take it and make it yours, each sheriff. No one can give it to you. Not one of the criminals of Article 7 amended can or will stand against one of the people with their bona fides in order. A sheriff that knows the difference between jure and de facto can take a proper oath and comply in honor, and the de facto will stand down and fall away. You are no longer deceived. A proper sheriff with a proper oath can still deal with the de facto. That's what he's hired for, to deal with the illegal and illegitimate. It is there and cannot be denied, and fails when men and women choose honor. All the best of every good fortune for the good. I yield.
My name is Brandon Wingerter. I am Deputy Clerk of Court on Marion County for the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly, Article 3, Amendment 7, Civilian Court of Record. Sheriffs, one and all, the ball is in your court. We kicked it into your jurisdiction, which is separate from ours, alas. It really is one team. you, and us. It is, or rather should be, one jurisdiction. Your training, probably from childhood, has been put to join the realm of the corporate jurisdiction, which is the entity that pays you to do what you do. You can join our team, that of the people, with a simple turn of a mind switch. A tool to assist in this process is to consider taking a proper oath to the proper Constitution with its original jurisdiction and with the laws of nature and of nature's God, as stated in our unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. The last several months, we have posted and made publicly available that we consider a proper oath for the persons in our governance sheriffs are our first effort at insisting on a proper oath. For it is the sheriffs who are in their county position to protect and defend the people from ticketing or sending people to the illegitimate, amended Article 7 courts that should not be, from governance overreach and taxation that takes seniors' equity, their forever home, and all they possess by enforcing convictions. It's like a shift in the mind. It is the recognition of one's allegiance to life and that which is God-given. Rather than criminalizing living God-made beings for a dead corporate entity, our sheriffs are our first protection against governance overreach. Taking a solemn oath is needed for there to be remedy in our authoritative system of governance. Once a sheriff cognizes the importance of the proper oath, they can see themselves as one of the people or one with the people, rather than a corporate entity meant to enforce our compliance to the bidding of the state. Therein is offered greater freedom, cooperation, and peace in all our dealings. Let it be so.
They do not want to let go of this. They do not intend on losing here. And we do not intend giving it back to them.
And then the bullets started flying. Then he jumps out of the car. And he's got both his hands up. And he got out of the car, and he had his hands in the air. He's like, just shoot me then. This is what you want, to shoot me. And they did. They shot him dead. With his hands in the air, and I saw it. I swear to God. He was just walking with his hands in the air. And they shot him. And they shot him dead, and then after he was down on the ground, they shot him 3 more times.